Well, I'm back again. I should be now streaming both on Facebook and YouTube, and I figured out what went wrong. And of course, it wasn't the program, it wasn't the internet, it was moi. And yours truly, yes, human error. I stuffed up. It was a matter of just flicking one little tab, and now I should actually be on both YouTube and Facebook, or FaceTube and uBook. Let us have a look. I will have to turn my everything down just so I don't get this horrible feedback, but let's give it a crack. Here we go, and let's just check it out now. I should be live. Here we go. Yes, there I am. I'm live. Earlier, or you might be technically savvy and you just went to YouTube and found us there. I am now going to restack the Comet. So start getting data on the Comet, and we'll actually start doing proper images. So let's go to 30 seconds. And let's just blast away and let's have a look at the Comet. So I will just get the appropriate screen up somewhere here. No, that's not it. No, that's not it either. There's too many tabs here. There it is, where it says main screen. That's a good one, Rick. Here we are. So it's currently stacking at the moment. I will just adjust the screen a little bit, see if we can see what we can do. And it should be coming up with a picture very soon. I'm hoping it will, because it would be lovely to show you the Comet and not have my disembodied voice talking at you, because it's not very interesting, to say the least. Now, there we go. Let's just shuffle that across. That's not the one I want. Here we go. Now, that's weird. Okay. Okay. Anyway, for some reason it's not stacking. Oh, maybe because I need to press play. Clever. I keep forgetting to push buttons. And somehow magically I think it'll work. But there it is. Isn't that marvelous? Comet. So, yeah, it's looking pretty darn nice, if I do say so myself. But yeah, for those of you who didn't get a chance to hear my talk, I will not repeat it. You'll just have to watch it on YouTube. I'm sure it was funny the first time around, and I wouldn't dare try to replicate the same jokes. I think I'll just have to check my YouTube. There you go. Yeah, so I'm glad that all works, and I will have to write down a checklist, as my friend and colleague Andrew Lockwood says. He's somewhere out in the country observing the comet and taking probably some spectacular images. He's very good at that, and certainly the images that I'm getting at the moment look very pretty and they look great. But when you compare my work to his work, it's like chalk and cheese. In fact, it's more like fine art to a crayon stick drawing. And of course, the crayon stick drawing is mine. Anyway, Andrew, hey Rick, have a Dobsonian 8-inch, that's 8 foot. That's a big Dobsonian, and all I can make out was a fuzzy blob. Exactly right. That's exactly what a comet is. It is a giant fuzzy blob. The tail, and it's not your telescope's fault. It's you. I hate to say it. It's the human eye. The human eye is absolute junk, uh, and we have to blame it on evolution, because our distant ancestors, their daytime vision was impeccable, nighttime vision is crap. And what they would see is that the human eye works, I think I've heard it's like processes 60 frames a second before it gets dumped to the brain to be processed by your brain, going, oh, look, I'm seeing this. So our distant ancestors are standing on the African savannah, looking out across, seeing some sort of rustling in the bushes. They go, what is that? Oh dear, it's a lion, I'd better run. As compared to our other ancestors, which really we don't have any genetic trait from them, but they could see fantastic at night, but they could only process one frame every 10 seconds. So they'd be standing on the African savannas looking and saying, what is that stirring in the bush? And then 10 seconds later, they're being eaten alive by a giant lion. Of course, we haven't got any of the genetic traits because they were rendered extinct by lions hiding in the scrub. And of course, they're poor daytime vision. So anyway, there you go. So we can't see very well at night, but we can see great during the day, or reasonably good during the day. So Sylvia, we're still out looking for it. Where under Mars? You're not looking under Mars, you're looking to the right-hand side and slightly up, literally in the same field of view. So if you get a pair of binoculars, in fact, where's my pair of binos? Here they are. I'm going to look for it myself. Let's do it together. Here we go. So where's Mars? It's over there. Better take my spectacles off. So there's Mars. And if you're looking directly at Mars, it's about the 1 o'clock position. So it actually forms like a triangle. There's 2 stars above Mars. Well, there's a whole bunch of stars above Mars, but it forms a bit of a triangle. And you can see this fuzzy blob at about the 1 o'clock position relative to Mars. And yeah, it is a fuzzy blob, because that's what comets are. They're hairy stars. So, yeah, it would be good if it actually was, streaking across the sky like that. It says didn't see it from your house. So that's a bit of a shame. But you know what? I'm sure that if it's probably a good thing to do. Maybe during the week, if you have time or the inclination, Indian Ocean Road, and just park off to the side of the road there. You don't have to go too far. And I'd love to invite you up to the GDC, but we're going to be closed because we're closed during the week at night time, unless we're doing something special. But you can go up anywhere there that's dark and just grab your binos and grab your telescope. And we had, actually last night, as we left, there was a whole bunch of people at our front gate with a telescope scanning the skies and looking around and having just an absolute blast of a time, and they were fantastic. Sorry, Andrew, I'm being pedantic. Yes, I know you have it's an 8-inch telescope. I mean, having an 8-foot telescope, be like, hey, I'm going to come around and have a look through this thing. That'll be pretty darn amazing. So yeah, so yes, but back to you, Sylvia. It is around the 1 o'clock position when looking at Mars, and Mars, of course, is that reddish star up on to the north of the sky. In fact, now it's to the northwest because it's crossed the meridian. So yeah, you should be able to see the Seven Sisters to about the 8 o'clock position of Mars. You can see that with your naked eye, and just above you'll see what's called the Hyades cluster, which is also the face of Taurus the Bull. It's like a sideways V group of stars. So there we go. But that comet's looking absolutely smashing now on the live stacking. So I'd better write this down in a checklist so I know what to do. So and of course I'll be practicing more. We'll be doing a lot more live sky broadcasts. In fact, now that we're coming up towards the the new moon phase, I'll have to talk to my colleague Mitch